Super Bowl 52, 53? What are we at? 53? 54?
That's a great question.
50-something. I think it's 53. 50-something. Chiefs and Eagles, that's been set. The somewhat, I guess, larger picture, depending on how you look at it, is that this is now the Chiefs' third straight Super Bowl appearance. This could be the first three-peat in NFL history. And Steve, the conversation I think now can be had officially of, is this Chiefs team the greatest dynasty in football and NFL history? Steve, your general thoughts on that question, and if they are in fact the greatest dynasty ever.
So, short answer, yes, they are the greatest dynasty in NFL history. So since 2018, the Chiefs have a combined record of 90-26, which is a 78% winning percentage, right? With a 17-3 playoff record, which is an 85% winning percentage. They've been to 7 consecutive AFC championships. They've been to 5 Super Bowls, now including this season. So their Super Bowl record as of right now is 3-1, with to be determined potentially a 4-1 or a 3-2 if they lose to the Eagles on the 9th of February. A lot of teams have gone back to back, but in that third season, when they attempt the three-peat, no team has ever gone back to the Super Bowl. They've either lost in the divisional round or the conference championship. So one, already getting to the Super Bowl a third time in a row after winning the first 2 is something that's unprecedented. It's never been done. So the other team that teams talk about when they talk about the greatest dynasties ever are the Patriots. Now, from 2001 to 2007, the Patriots had a combined record of 86-26, and that was a 77% winning in the regular season, already lower than the Chiefs for the last 7 years. They made 5 conference title games, 4 Super Bowls, going 3-1. To me, that's the closest to this Chiefs team. And then you go to the second dynasty of the Patriots, 11 to 2018, where they had 99-29, which is a 77% winning record, with a 16-5 playoff record at 76%, both of those below the Chiefs. What Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo have cultivated on this team and in this dynasty, Steve Spagnuolo being arguably the greatest defensive coordinator all time and possibly the greatest playoff defensive coordinator of all time. And Andy Reid has a chance to cement himself as arguably the greatest coach of all time in this next game as well if they win the Super Bowl. So to me, even if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, what they've done in the last 7 years, Cam, has been more than enough to say that, yes, the Chiefs are the greatest dynasty of all time.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't think it's particularly close. I don't think there have been many other teams that have had the outright dominance for this extended period of time like the Chiefs have or had. And I mean, obviously, a large part of that is through Patrick Mahomes, who we said, last episode, with this Super Bowl, maybe probably considered the greatest quarterback of all time, like cemented. I would just like to give, as you gave a little snapshot of where the Chiefs' legacy or dynasty is, I want to give a little snapshot of where Mahomes' legacy is. So he is the third quarterback to make 4 Super Bowls in his first 7 seasons. He is also the third quarterback to finish top 3 in MVP finishes in his first 5 years.
Oh, wow.
He is also the only quarterback to make 7 conference championships in his first 7 years. What Mahomes does differently than a lot of other quarterbacks is the agreement from everybody that Mahomes is the best quarterback. Like throughout sports, I could not think of another singular athlete where it was every single year since they had emerged to the top that they were considered, that's the guy who's probably going to win the championship this year. He also may not have a hole in his argument for being the greatest player. Like when I was doing Scandal Sports Hour, I was a big Tom Brady is the GOAT guy. And at that time, Brady was still winning his last few rings, and there was a lot of chatter, and this was, the beginning of the Mahomes stuff of where is Brady ranking. It was no question Tom Brady, but the number one thing was, He's a system quarterback. You put anybody there in that Patriots offense for those years with those weapons and Bill Belichick, anyone could have been the GOAT. I disagree, but okay, fine. Is anyone saying Mahomes is a system quarterback? No. Everyone's saying Mahomes is the system. Is anyone saying Mahomes can only throw and not run? We've just seen this postseason now. Mahomes can get a lot done using his legs and not his arm. He can do long passes. He can do short passes. Like I just said, he's running all over the field. He's doing behind the back stuff. He is just such a talented athlete and player at the game of football that you can't really have any of those secondary, let's look at the nuances of the sport. It's just like, yo, are you watching the field? Are you seeing what this guy's doing? It's pretty crazy. Again, I don't know a lot of other athletes that we're just looking and everyone is like, yeah, pretty good, pretty crazy stuff. And it's unanimous. Like even with Jordan, it was a lot of like, well, he's good at scoring the basket. He's good at playing defense and he wins a lot. But there was also the extra like, well, can he guard the post? Is he that good of a playmaker? We all know about his toxicity in the locker room, like all that little intangible stuff. LeBron has that extra stuff, and maybe, his free throw shooting. A lot of people like to say he's not clutch, which is ridiculous. But there's all those little things. It doesn't seem like Mahomes has any of those other little things. We keep seeing more winning. We keep seeing more Super Bowl appearances. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. So I don't know if he wins this one, what more people would need to see or how you could ever make an argument against him.
When you talk about the Mahomes-Brady argument, right, a lot of people like to consider it very similarly to the LeBron and the Michael Jordan argument, right? 1A, 1B. But no, I think it's very definitive. Tom Brady in his first couple of Super Bowls in his first few years, a lot of people attribute a lot of his wins there to Adam Vinatieri, to that defense, right? When you think of those teams, you think of Bill Belichick and the system of the Patriots and the legendary kicker of Adam Vinatieri and his timely field goals to win games for Tom Brady. Like when you think of this Chiefs team, you think of Mahomes first and foremost. A lot of people question Tom Brady's ability to produce without Bill Belichick, right? Who was the reason that their success was so great? So no, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? Patrick Mahomes is undeniably the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, and just to add, playoffs all time, he is number one in wins, total touchdowns, and game-winning drives. Seems pretty important to keep in mind. He's also first in win percentage, touchdown interception ratio, and passer rating all time. Number one. Or I'm sorry, number two. Those were he was number two in wins, total TDs, and game-winning drives. My mistake. But still, he's either one or he's two. And you know who number one is and all the stats he's number two in? Tom Brady. I don't know, man. Kind of crazy. Mahomes probably going to be the GOAT. I guess we'll find out 2 Sundays from now. Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.